Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope all of you are doing well. So in this video, I am going to talk about the remaining reader response theorist. In the previous video, I talked about three major reader response theorists. In this video, I am also going to talk about three major other reader response theorists. So let's start. So the fourth reader response theorist include Norman Holland. He was an eminent scholar and literary critic. He worked at Harvard University, State University of New York at Buffalo, and University of Florida. He wrote 50 books and 250 famous research articles. He contributed to new criticism, psychoanalytic criticism, and reader response theory, among other things. His works include The First Modern Comedies, which was written in 1959, and The Shakespearean Imagination, which was written in 1964. The former is a new critical study of the three writers of Restoration comedy, and the later is new critical study of 13 plays of Shakespeare. The second work includes Psychoanalysis and Shakespeare, which was written in 1966, summarizes what psychoanalysis had to say about the works of Shakespeare, and also pointed out that the roles of reader and audience are more important to literary criticism than understood previously. The third important work includes The Dynamics of Literary Response, which was written in 1968. It provides a model of literary process wherein a reader introjects a process of psychological transformation from unconscious fantasy to conscious signification. The fourth work includes Poems in Person and a reduction to the psychoanalysis of literature, which was written in 1973. It discusses that the writers create text as expression of their personal identities and reader recreates their own identities when they respond. Another important work includes Five Readers Reading. That work was written in 1975. Pursues this conclusion based on case study of 5 university students who gave free association response according to psychoanalytic technique to 3 short stories. They showed that their literary experience was shaped by the reader identities and not by the text they read. Another important work includes Laughing, A Psychology of Humor, which was written in 1982, surveyed theories of laughter, but the book extended the reader response argument to show, based on a case study of one woman, how what one finds funny, that is, one's sense of humor, expresses one's personal identity. So another important work, or you can say that it is a Delphi seminar, which was a style of readers response teaching developed by Holland and his colleague at New York, Murray, which they named as Delphi. The original seminar includes students and instructor participating free association responses to poems and stories and subsequent reading of other participant free association as primary text. In 1995, Holland published a mystery novel based on the Delphi seminar entitled Death in a Delphi Seminar, a postmodern mystery. The story takes place in an English department and the reader is led through the text using reader response theory to understand the character and the crime. So the fifth theorist include Robert Hans Jauss. Jauss worked at Constance University in Germany at the time, which was socially and politically turbulent. He advocated for the democratization of universities in West Germany. His theory, which is sometimes considered an offshoot of reader response theory, focused on the readers rather than the author or the text. Robert Hans Jauss postulated reception theory, elaborating how reader reception of a text change over time. The original reception of the text was compared to a later reception, demonstrating evolution of the reception of the same text over time. The term horizon of expectation became famous in light of Jauss' theory because he discussed how expectations of reader change for a reading over time. However, his theory has been criticized as practically incapable. So the sixth theorist of reader response theory include David Bleich. Bleich introduced reader response technique to teaching literature. 2 of his famous works are Readings and Feelings and Introduction to Subjective Criticism, which was written in 1978 or 75. It was not certain. The second one is Subjective Criticism, which was written in 1978. He advocated for subjective interpretation of literary text. Therefore, he is also known for subjective reading response theory. He maintained that the study of literature and language should be focused on creating knowledge instead of seeking it. For him, the reader responses as the text since there is no text beyond the reader's interpretation. The text analyzed by the critic is constituted by written responses of the reader and not the literary work. He believes that both the meaning and objective of the literature are created by the reader. He also holds that the reading is an entirely subjective process, but the differences in the interpretation can be negotiated and reconciled. So that's all from my side. If you have any queries, you can ask me in the comment section. Please like, subscribe and share my channel. Thank you for watching.